Hi there, it's still here at Samahita for another Monday live session with you. Can't believe we're already all the way into October. And yeah, with that change in months, last week brought quite a few changes around the world, as I'm sure we're all noticing. Many of you may be going back into lockdown, second waves, whirlwind debates. There's a lot going on, and all of these things happening in life can end up bringing a certain amount of inner turbulence. Something I've been reflecting on over the last week, and just thinking about what things do we do or can we do in our life that can help us to give us resources for these constant waves that we're experiencing. For many of us, this year has been a year that we've probably noticed them more as everything has tended to still down. So things that we can do, allowing ourselves to ground. I know for myself, going for a walk on the beach or even just standing on the earth, bare feet, really just helps me to reconnect to my center. All of these practices that we've been doing here are practices that can also really just help you to check in, to give you a bit of perspective. Because life's going to continuously change. All things are impermanent. As we learn so much about that in Buddhism, things are constantly changing. So how can we be okay with that change that's happening? And we hope that these Mondays have been days for you where you can really check in with our community here and feel that sense of support with all of us all the way around the world. So we're going to open, as we have for the previous sessions, with Sahana Bhavatu. So together, may we be protected, may we be nourished, may our work here be brilliant and effective, may we feel that sense of grounding, that sense of ease and space. And may our learning be brilliant and effective, and may we work together peacefully. If you know it, chanting along, otherwise just feeling the resonance of this chant. Sound can be another thing that really can help us to drop in, help us to find our center. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Mavid Vishabhai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So just allowing your eyes to soften and close. Just allowing yourself to drop in. Finding a nice, comfortable seat, making any small adjustments you may need. Either sitting on your cushion, maybe sitting in a chair. But wherever you're sitting, feeling that base of your seat. So feeling that sense of connection through the sit bones, a gentle connection of your pelvic floor. Allowing yourself to feel a rooting, a grounding to the earth beneath you. And from that solid, stable seat, then feeling a lengthening up through the vertebra of the spine. So we have that solid support, which allows the torso, upper part of the body, to feel a sense of freedom and ease. Feeling that lengthening up through the spine. Shoulder blades are relaxing down the back, feeling space between the tips of the ears and the shoulders. Gently drawing up through the crown of the head. Allowing your hands to rest gently either on the knees or inside the lap. And just taking a moment to settle in, feeling that natural movement of your breath and your body. That natural sense of expansion that comes with the inhale, finding space, the lungs, ribcage expand. With the exhale, further feeling that sense of connection. Feeling that connection echoing here through the pelvic floor, the navel gently drawing back to the spine with the exhale. Feeling that sense of support. Either just feeling that natural movement of the breath, or if you'd like, placing one hand at the heart, one hand at the navel. And just allowing yourself to take a few moments here to tune in. Feeling the sense of support through the body. That rhythmic movement of your breath. Maybe noticing, being aware of the gentle sensations around you, the sounds. Maybe feeling a cool breeze on your skin, maybe cool air depending on where you are. Maybe feeling warmth. Just noticing the sensations, both internal and those external sensations gently touching you. Allowing yourself to truly arrive here in this space. Just gently observing how your body feels now. Maybe for some of you, just woken up, maybe still feeling a little sleepy, a little groggy. Maybe some of you halfway through the day, noticing the sensations with your body, within your body. Noticing if there are any disturbances. Maybe some areas you can sense more strongly than others. And just observing. So the hands on the torso, just bringing them down to the knees, hands inside the lap as well. Bringing the palms to rest, face down on the knees. We're going to move into our conditioning Kapalabhati. So yeah, just waking up or energizing all the cells in the body. Remembering our focus is navel and below, so that's where the pump comes from. Trying to keep that upper abdomen nice and free. And for some of you, you might like to rest a hand on that relaxed, soft lower abdomen, maybe on the upper abdomen as well, maybe hands remaining on the knees. Making sure both upper and lower abdomen is relaxed, gentle movement of the breath. We'll start with 20 pumps. At the last pump, we're going to pump nice and long. And then we're going to retain the breath, holding for around 20 counts. And then we're going to inhale. And then once again retaining. So we'll inhale for 5 and then retain, holding for 10 breaths. Noticing the different sensation from that exhale retention and the inhale retention. Noticing those sensations through your body. So we start with that nice relaxed abdomen and taking an inhale together and then exhaling. A little sip of the inhale and pump. Twenties, the last pump, nice and long. End of that exhale, thumb and ring finger, taking the nose, lift the heart, bringing the chin to the chest and holding here for a count of 20. Chin up, releasing the nose and inhaling for 5. Lifting the heart, thumb, ring finger, taking the nose, chin to the chest and holding for 10. Chin up, releasing the nose, gentle inhale and exhaling. We can do 2 more rounds of that. So a little sip of the inhale and then 20 pumps. Last pump, nice and long, full exhalation, drawing that lower abdomen back, lifting the chin, thumb and ring finger, taking the nose and chin to the chest, heart open and holding. Chin up, releasing the nose and inhaling for 5. Heart lifts, thumb and ring finger taking the nose, chin to the chest and hold for 10. Chin up, releasing the nose, gentle inhale and exhaling. Once again, little sip of the inhale and 20 pumps. And last pump, nice and long. And chin lifts, thumb and ring finger taking the nose, heart lifts, and bringing the chin to the chest and holding here for 20. Keeping the upper abdomen nice and free, engage through the lower abdomen. Chin up, releasing the nose and inhaling for 5. Heart lifts, chin to the chest and holding for 10. Chin up, releasing the nose and gentle exhale. Resting the hands back on the knees. Softly closing the eyes and just gently returning to that natural passive breath. Noticing the sensations through the body. Maybe noticing more freedom in the breath. Feeling the aliveness in the cells. Feeling relaxed in the mouth, that ah sensation, lips are lightly closed. And the breath is a gentle breath in and out through the nose. So again, tuning in, noticing, feeling that sense of grounding through the body, rooted through your seat, spacious, free through the upper abdomen. We're going to move into some regulated breathing together with simple pranayama breath. It's like a simple Ujjayi Pranayama. You're going to do an inhale for 4. We're going to retain, hold for a count of 4. And then exhaling for 8. So exhaling for double. Really feeling as you inhale, feeling that inhale coming up into the upper abdomen, side ribs, chest, nice full inhale. And as you exhale, feeling that release of the diaphragm, and you're going to feel the lower abdomen, navel and below, drawing back towards the spine, feeling a real sense of connection, that connection through the pelvic floor. So we start wherever you are in your breath cycle. We'll take an exhale together. And at that exhale, we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb and ring finger, taking the nose, chin to the chest and holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Chin up, releasing and exhaling through the nose for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gentle pause, firm pelvic floor. Inhaling through both nostrils for 1, 2, 3, 4. Lifting high, taking nose and holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Chin up, releasing the nose and exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle pause, firm pelvic floor, and inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Heart lifts, taking the nose, drawing chin to the chest, and holding for 1, 2, 3, 4. Raising the chin, releasing the nose, and exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And at that exhale, firm pelvic floor, and inhaling. And taking the nose, chin to the chest and holding. Raising chin, releasing the nose and exhaling. One more like this, so firm pelvic floor, inhale. Heart lifts, taking the nose, chin to chest, and holding. And lifting, releasing the nose and exhaling. time, firm pelvic floor, and inhaling through your rolled tongue or teeth for Shitali or Sitkari. And taking the nose, chin to chest, and hold. Lifting the chin, releasing the nose, and exhaling for 8. Firm pelvic floor, inhaling through rolled tongue or teeth for 4. Lifting heart and holding for 4. Raising the chin, releasing the nose, and exhale for 8. Firm pelvic floor, inhaling through rolled tongue or teeth. Heart lifts, chin to chest, and hold for 4. Raising the chin, releasing the nose, and exhaling for 8. And the last round, firm pelvic floor, inhaling through tongue or teeth. And hold for 4. Chin lifts, releasing the nose, and exhaling for 8. And just allowing the breath to return to a nice passive breath. Once again, observing through the body, noticing the sensations deep within. Maybe noticing the shifts and changes from the start of practice to what you're feeling now, still feeling that sense of connection, grounding through your seat, that sense of space. Do you still have that sensation of ah in the mouth, space as you gently breathe? Maybe for those of you who've been tuning in, who have a regular practice, really just tuning into that sensation of feeling your center, noticing how this regular practice of breathwork, of pranayama, really just helps you to bring your awareness to your center. And as we've done before, we're going to drop that awareness down now to the base of the spine, pelvic floor. And then as you inhale, feeling that inhale rising up through the center of the body. End of that inhale piercing the crown of the head. And then the exhale sinking back down to your base, back down to the pelvic floor. And here moving in the circular motion, moving with your breath, feeling that circling all the way up through the center of the body as you inhale, end of inhale, piercing the crown of the head. The exhale sinking back to your base, back to the pelvic floor. Feeling this movement of energy, breath through the body. your next exhale, pausing for a moment at your base, at the pelvic floor, and here in this energy circle, we'll just circle and spin here, feeling that connection to your root, connection to your base. And then from our base, we gently circle spin to the inside of that pubic bone. Circle spin here, so a little higher. And then moving up through the center of the body, finding that point in the center, behind the navel. Circle spin here, feeling that sense of connection. And then continuing to move up the center of the body and pausing at the heart center. Feeling that expansive nature of the heart, so circle spin, those widening circles, feeling that natural quality of the heart to open. And gently moving up to the throat, and circle spin here. Moving up to the, just above the soft palate, floor of the brain. More smaller circles here, really circling, spin. Feeling that sense of connection. And moving up through the brain, end of that next inhale, piercing the crown of the head, sinking back down to your base. Moving from the base through the center of the body and pausing here at the heart center. We're just going to take a few moments here. I'll explain for many of you then. You can actually take your time here, continuing with your own practice. So one of those ways that we can truly ground, not be tossed side by the many things that are happening in our lives. Finding our center is to spend some time each day, pausing, looking at gratitude, feeling that grateful heart, feeling a sense of gratitude for everyone and everything that touches your life each day. And moving yourself into that moment of, with your heart really feeling a sense of empathy for those around you. Asking for forgiveness. Feeling compassion for those around as well. Realizing that all of us are moving through this life together. Just feeling that sense of community, looking out for each other. Allowing ourselves to see each other as we move through the many challenges that may be thrown at us. And then lastly, you're going to spend some time asking for help. So often we've realized, maybe more poignantly now than ever before, what do I really know? All I know is that I need to wake up, I need to practice, I need to treat those around me with kindness, and I need to trust. So here, taking your own time, working through gratitude, working through that sense of understanding of those around you, forgiveness, and then asking for help. Really trusting the support that is here for you, allowing yourself to trust, to lean into whatever is happening, arising in your life at the moment. And I'll leave you here, but continuing with your own practice, remembering to take a nice shavasana at the end, really allowing this to settle. We look forward to seeing you again next week.